Hi, welcome to Making All the Plans. I'm Connie, and if we haven't met before, I'm a busy mom of 2 active kids, and both my husband and I have full-time careers. My goal is to share with you how I stay on top of all life throws at me in one planner so that you might be able to do the same. So this week I wanted to use some of the Wrong Girls, so I'm going to start with this color scheme from the book, and then we can work our way out from there. But I don't think I've ever used this book, and I really just wanted to start using up the supplies that I already have. And then I grabbed the Mega Flower sticker book because I thought these florals went pretty well with the stickers from the Wrong sticker book. I did go ahead and put post-it notes where those groupings start so that I can find them easier. I have a hard time using sticker books that I am not familiar with and jumping back to the right spot. So my plan is to do this faith page and to put my calendar and things like that together. And then there will be a part 2 of this week's video explaining how I incorporate the HB90 system into my weekly plans. And before we get started, I'm going to apologize because I am getting a cold, and all of my family ended up getting a cold of some sort while we were out there, and I thought it was just because of the drastic temperature change. It was pretty chilly when we were out there, and none of us had enough layers of clothing with us. So I have returned, but now I am getting a cold, and I'm sounding a little deeper than I guess I normally do. But I do feel fine, so I guess that is really all that matters. And I'm going to try to do this layout for this week without washi tape. I will see if I am successful or not. But the first thing that I wanted to do is lay down this sticker that kind of looks like a background sticker, and then layer the quote sticker that says, "Always stay humble and kind," over top of it. And then I remembered that if I cut the background sticker in half and scooched it over some, that it would show on the other side of the quote sticker as well. So I did go ahead and cut that with my slice tool. I pulled that up and then I used my T-square ruler to get it as lined up as I could. I didn't stress over it too much. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I do want it to be pretty straight so that it doesn't look like it's all whopper jawed. But I did go ahead and then just layer the quote sticker over that empty space. And I like that a lot better. I like how that bottom layer is continued across both sides of the top layer. The other thing that I don't like about using sticker books that I'm not familiar with, as well as 2 sticker books, is I feel like I spend a lot of time just looking at the stickers in the books. So you'll see me come back and flip through the pages multiple times because I'm just not familiar with the Wrong sticker book. And then I am familiar with the flower sticker book. However, I'm trying to make sure everything coordinates. So I am going to put a box sticker over prayer list and I will handwrite that later. But I do wish that one of these sticker books had some plain boxes. I don't feel that every box needs to have decor in it. So if there were a few plain ones to go along with the decorated ones, that would be ideal. I do want to cover up those trackers at the bottom. I frequently am not using this page. I like to try to visit it as often as possible. The prayer list I will fill out, but the rest, it is kind of hit or miss lately because that launch program that I'm doing is time consuming and something had to give. So unfortunately, this is what kind of got taken off the list of things that I do every day. So I'm going to pull the sticker that says happiness blooms from within. I didn't really think that anything else went with my prayer page, so I think this one will work fine. I am going to white out the text on the bottom just so it doesn't show through the sticker. I will say that I really like this size of box, so it's nice to be working with something that is a little bit different size-wise. And then I'm going to pull 2 of these little, I guess they're washi tape stickers, as well as the dots for lists, which I don't usually use them as lists, but I thought that if I layered them on both sides, they'd kind of resemble washi tape. So I just went ahead and layered those up on each side, and I think they look pretty good. And I like how it brings the colors from the top of the page down some. And then let's go ahead and move into the weekly pages. Look for part 2 on Monday for how I take my HB90 goals and incorporate them into my weekly pages. But for right now, I'm just going to build the structure of the week and put in all of the appointments and things like that that need to happen throughout the week. This is a slightly modified HB90 planner, and I just stripped out some of the things that I didn't like in the planner. I just went in and deleted them. But for the most part, this is the HB90 planner, and I will just write in the things that I need. The line at the top allows me to drop in birthdays or any other events at the top of the page. And then I do like to put my hours down the side of each page. And then the line at the bottom will allow me to write in my making all the plans tasks at the bottom of the page. So I'll go ahead and do this on both pages of the spread so that I can track my time. I have been going back and forth about whether I want to color code the whole day or if I just want to color code the meetings that I have or my appointments that I have. So this particular week, I'm planning on only color coding the events that I have scheduled and not coloring or color coding every hour of every day. I will start in the sidebar, however, and drop in a space where I can put in my meal plans for the week. I do already have that planned and my groceries ordered and everything. So this I'm just going to transfer over from a list I made earlier. But I did decide to use my Christian Designs stencil to draw lines in this box because I hate when I make my writing crooked. So it's just easier and it makes me happier to have lines to write on. And then in that bottom box, I will put a box for my errands. And again, I will use that same Christian Designs stencil to not only write lines, but also to write check boxes so that I can check off the tasks as I complete them, but I know that I have a few returns, and my daughter did go through her closet while we were gone. Since she got sick and could not go on the trip with us, she got quite a bit done while we were gone. And then that middle area, I like to just decorate it and put something nice in there so that it draws me back to this page. I can't have a fully functional page. There needs to be some sort of decor. So I thought I would layer some stickers here just like I did over in the prayer section. However, since it's not as wide, I didn't need to cut the sticker to make it go further. I did just grab a floral background and then I was really drawn to the sticker that says, "Get it, girl." I'm really gonna have to get it this week since I've been gone for the last 2 weeks. And I know that I need to be in the office Monday, which is not a normal day that I'm at work. So I really need to be on top of things this week. I am going to do a little bit of white out for these lines. It's not perfect, but at least it's not so in your face since they aren't really three separate sections. And then I'm going to drop in some box stickers for birthdays. And there are 3 birthdays this week, and I wasn't quite sure which box I wanted to use. I thought about using these square stickers, but they're just a little too big for what I need. So I will go back and pull the skinny box stickers from the flower sticker book. I do wish that they didn't all have a flower on them, but it is what it is, and I wanted to use them. I'm trying to use my supplies instead of printing out stickers every single week. It is time consuming to print out stickers because I don't ever like them the way they are, so I'm always modifying them in Photoshop before I print them out. So it is sometimes easier to just use the sticker books that I have in my drawer and make them work. I did grab one of the square stickers to write in jury duty, and I may or may not have to go into for jury duty. I won't know until Thursday night, but I do need to have it scheduled so that I can make plans accordingly. But this will probably be the week that I have to go for jury duty since it is also the weekend of Ben's soccer tournament. And he is fine to drive by himself, but it is the parking situation where the tournament is. You never know what the parking's going to be like, so I would rather just go with him. So we have those down. Let's go ahead and get the rest of the week, at least the schedule I have so far. Let's get that down so I know what I'm working with this week and can plan the rest of my tasks accordingly. So I do have a plumber coming in first thing Monday morning, and I had scheduled this before I knew I needed to be at work. So thankfully, my husband works at home and can deal with it, but I try to deal with these things myself so that I don't end up extending his workday. But I do know that we have a wireless upgrade on Monday that was scheduled while I was out of town, so I need to be there by 9 o'clock. But regardless, I also had a meeting scheduled for 10 o'clock in the office to do a WebEx walkthrough so I can show people how to use the system in the office for a meeting that is on Wednesday. I have not been told if I need to be in the office on Wednesday, but that could be a challenge. And I'm hoping to get out of work on time on Monday because Ben has his first scrimmage. And of course, it is far from home and far from work. So I will basically be driving past our house to go to the game, which means that I probably need to leave work by 4:30 in order to get home and then get to the game. On Tuesday, the only thing that I have scheduled is that Kenzie has an orthodontist appointment. And it kind of stinks because it's later in the day. Normally it's first thing in the morning. I'm not sure why it was midday, but I'm not sure if I have to go into the office on Tuesday. I may end up switching the days that I am going in. But if all else fails, Ben can run her over to the orthodontist because it is really close by. And then she has an appointment at the dentist on Wednesday morning. So again, I'm hoping that I don't have to go in Wednesday for that meeting to support it because by the time I took Kenzie to the dentist and then came home and went to work, it would be probably noon by the time I got there. So a lot of driving and wasting time. And then I'd really like to actually be at the live launch training live and not have to watch a replay. It's just, I don't know why, but it's just better live. And then my son has soccer practice on Wednesday night. So, not a ton happening on Wednesday unless I end up having to go into work. And depending on what other things are happening this week, I may take off a chunk of time in the morning in order to take Kinsey to the doctor and to work on tasks. But we will get to that when we start fleshing out what needs done this week. On Thursday, I need to call the jury duty hotline. And then thankfully, I have nothing really scheduled for Friday except for my son's soccer tournament that is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of this week. And we do not have schedules yet, so it's going to be hard to plan the weekend when I don't have schedules. And neither one of these books had long, skinny stickers so that I could mark soccer tournament for those 3 days. So I will go find a long box that somewhat coordinates from my random extra stickers notebook, and I'll put it in for the soccer tournament. And last year, it was a little odd. On Friday, we had a morning game and an afternoon game, so we were actually able to come home in between the two games. I think that was the same on Saturday, and maybe Sunday was the only day we had to stay a long time. But I will come back in and drop those game times in later so that I can, again, plan accordingly. Hopefully, I can get some household tasks done in addition to my making all the plans tasks this week. But my making all the plans tasks will take priority this week since we've been gone for so long. So I am going to go ahead and write in that this is July 2024 and the dates. And since I know that I have a few errands to run, like Amazon returns, Walmart return, and dropping off donations, I will go ahead and get those written in. I'm sure there'll be more, but those are the start of the week. And then I will also get my dinner plans written in. They may shift a little bit based upon what's going on with the kids' schedules, but for right now, I have planned Italian beef on Monday, which is a crock pot meal, so anybody can get it anytime. Tuesday, I want to do a creamy chicken Alfredo. I've been craving some pasta. Wednesday, I'm going to do a barbecue pork meatloaf and some coleslaw. Thursday, steak and corn salad. And then Friday, if we haven't had to adjust anything, we will grab some fish from the freezer. And then Saturday and Sunday, I will plan on Friday. I don't like to get too many groceries because we have a habit of shifting meals around. And with the soccer tournament and not knowing what the schedule is, I really don't want to buy food for next weekend. I'm also going to go ahead and write MATP for making all the plans down below so that when I go to do my HB90 planning, that is there and ready for me. I'm also going to go ahead and prep this tasks page, and it is week 28 of the year, July 8th through 15th of 2024. And then I will also just decorate this area and set it up the way that I would normally set it up for the week, even though I think I will be using this area of my planner slightly differently than I have in the past. And I did drop the It's the Weekend sticker in on my planner for the week, just for a little more decoration. I also thought that I would take one of those box stickers with the girls in it and put it up near the tasks title. And I put it up there, and then I was like, oh, I'll cut this off and try to use the rest of that box somewhere else. And I do end up making it work, but I kind of wish it had been over a little bit away from the tasks so that it didn't take up so much visual real estate next to the word tasks, if that makes sense. If I had scooched it over a little bit more, I think it would have worked out better, but I did not want to get out the undo. And originally, I thought that I would be putting some sort of washi tape up there, and I'm just not using washi tape this week. So it's a little different, but I think it works. It just would have been nice if it had been scooched over a little bit more. And then I'm still not sure how to use the important notes for this week section. So instead of adding more things to it, normally I put things that I need to remember to schedule around. So this week I'm going to put a little quote in there, and it says, I never dreamed about success, I worked for it. And then I'll drop one of the boxes with a squad girl in it. And it also has lines so that I can write on it. And I will write, it's a soccer mom weekend, plan accordingly, so that I remember as I'm putting my tasks together that I really need to pretty much leave the weekend unplanned. And I know that at least one of the fields at the soccer tournament has lights on it, so really we could play anytime, day or night. I also dropped in one of those washi tape strip stickers so that it kind of brought those two stickers together. Otherwise, they would have just been stuck next to each other. But I feel like that makes a better grouping. And then I also thought that I would drop in a don't forget sticker. I don't use these very often, so occasionally I will hoard stickers and try to save them for the perfect place, but they just don't usually make it onto the spread. So I will just go ahead and drop it in here. But I like that little cluster there, and then there's room if there's anything else I need to write. And then over in the goals section, I am going to put 3 more of those washi tape like strips so that I can write my goal at the top and then have an area for my Kanban below. And I'm just using the washi tape cutter to rip off the edges so that I can contain that to the column. But if you would like to see more about how I take my HB90 goals and tasks and put them into my weekly plan, go ahead and like and follow on this video. It will come out tomorrow on Monday, July 8th, and it will just go into more depth on how I take the tasks from my goals and projects and put them into my plan for the week. So that video will be all functional, whereas this video, I'm just trying to set up the structure for those tasks to be able to be scheduled. So I am going to drop in a few more images here. I'm not really sure that it's a great idea, but I feel like that bottom section is empty. Normally I would put my tasks in and then decorate around that, but since I'm not really sure how that will lay out tomorrow, I will go ahead and drop in some images down below. And I thought about using that sticker, but I don't necessarily love the quote. Babes is not a word that I resonate with, so I just cut off the quote and end up making my own sticker from that larger sticker. So I just cut off the edge and then trim it after the text and then stick it back together. And then I will find 2 more images that I can drop in with that one so that it looks like a little cluster. And again, I don't think that this is necessary, and I probably should have left it blank until I did my tasks, but I just felt like that page was so blank. And I guess if I need to, I can use undo and take it up later if it's taking up too much area. And this third box does not have an outline on it, and after I put it down, I do wish that I had picked another box that had an outline on it so that the 3 could go together, but I was trying to find a different sticker that I hadn't used before, like a different girl. I didn't want a repeat, so I do just go ahead and use this one that I pull, and it just says plans at the top, and it is probably the girl that looks most like me, jammies, coffee, and my hair and my face. But I feel like this is a good start. And then, like I said, tomorrow I will come back in and lay in all of my tasks for the week and kind of schedule those out. So if you'd like to see that, come back and watch tomorrow. But thanks for joining me, and I will see you in my next video. Have a great week. Bye.